story I'm reminded of as I go to my seat. There was this young boy that was raised in Eastern projects. He was always in trouble.
Yes, sir.
He was always doing something.
Yes, sir.
But for some reason or another, he never really got caught.
Well,
And never really got in the trouble
yes, sir.
that he should get in.
Yes, sir.
Many times at school, while being in grammar school, there were times he should have gotten in trouble.
Yes, sir.
Times he should have been sent to the office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And somehow or another, he'd get out of it.
Yes, sir.
And his friends would ask him, Michael, how in the world did you get out of this?
Yes, sir.
Michael would just put a big smile on his face and just say, it's all in the plan.
Yes, sir.
As he got older, he got in things that was worse.
Yes, sir.
He began to get in trouble around town.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There were many times he should have gotten caught and hauled off the juvie.
Yes, sir.
But somehow he got away.
Yes, sir.
His friends would ask him, Michael, how in the world did you get out of this?
Yes, sir.
Michael would just put on a big smile and say it's all in the plan.
Well,
When they got ready to graduate from high school,
yes, sir.
on graduation day, they were all standing there, not expecting to see Michael,
Yes, sir.
because Michael spent more time out of school
Yeah.
than he did in school.
All right.
But that day, Michael was standing right there with them,
Yes, sir.
with his cap and gown.
Yes, sir.
And they asked him, Michael, how in the world did you manage to graduate?
Yes, sir.
Michael put on that big smile and said, it's all in the plan.
All right. Come on.
They graduated and went their separate ways. About 10 years later, they came back for their class reunion.
Yes, sir.
And the first person they wanted to find was their old mischievous friend, Michael.
Yes, sir.
They did not find him that first night at the reunion.
Yes, sir.
So that next morning, they decided to go and find him. They went back to those old projects that they were raised in, but they did not find him there. And they then went and looked at the liquor stores and the drug houses, and they did not find him there. Ain't the Lord all right? And they went and looked and Skid Row, and they did not find him there. They then went to the police station and gave his name, and they did not find him there. Ain't the Lord all right? They then went to the morgue and they did not find him there. They went back downtown in their sorrow, wondering where their old friend Michael was. They went down in the lobby and began to reminisce about all those things that Michael used to do. And while they were talking, one of the cleaners walked up and said, "You mean Michael Williams? Ain't the Lord all right?" They said, "Yeah." "Do you know where he is?" The lady said, "Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm going where he is right now. Ain't the Lord all right?" And they went to the other side of town, and they drove up in the parking lot of this huge mega church. "Ain't the Lord all right?" They said, "Michael must work here or something. Ain't the Lord all right?" They walked through the sanctuary and said, "How many does this church hold?" The woman said, "About 3,000. He said, "And you mean it's full on Sunday morning?" The woman said, "It's not only full on Sunday morning, but it's full at 8 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, and we got so many members, we just started a 3 o'clock service, and it's almost full too. Ain't the Lord all right?" They said to one another, "Michael must be a janitor or something around here. Ain't the Lord all right?" They walked down the corridor of where the offices were, and they ended up at the pastor's study, and they said, "Yeah, this Michael, he's still getting in trouble. He in here meeting with the pastor. Ain't the Lord all right?" When they walked in the door, their old friend Michael was sitting behind the desk. "Ain't the Lord all right?" And they said, "You mean Michael, you're the pastor of this church? How in the world a little boy bad as you could be the pastor of a church like this?" Michael stood up, put that boyish grin on, and said to them, "It's all in the plan. Ain't he all right, y'all?" They turned and looked at the wall. Up on the wall, they saw a bachelor's degree from Morehouse, a master's degree from Howard, and a PhD from Harvard. Ain't the Lord all right? They said, "Michael, you barely got out of high school. How in the world did you graduate from universities like this?" Michael just smiled and said to them, "It's all in the plan. Ain't he all right, y'all?" One of them finally said, "We've heard you, Michael, say that statement all of our life. You mean to tell us you always knew you were going to end up like this?" He said, "No, brother, that wasn't it. Because although I was the one always getting into something, the difference between your house and my house, at your house you had a mama and a daddy, but at my house I just had a mama, but mama believed in Jesus." Ain't he all right, y'all? And every time I'd get in trouble, mama wouldn't fuss at me, mama wouldn't argue with me. She'd hug me, kiss me on the cheek, and said, "Son, I ain't worried about it, because the Lord got his hand on you, and whatever you did is in the plan." Ain't he all right, y'all? When that young man got through talking, he pointed up above his head, and over his head there was a plaque that keeps him going every day that said, please be patient with me. The Lord ain't through with me yet. Ain't he all right, y'all? That's what I want to leave you with tonight. I don't know about y'all, but in my